I think that there's definitely in our society, our culture today, this sense of alienation from each other, from a larger community, whether it be local or broadly. That's really hard to bridge with what solutions are offered in kind of, whether it be social media world, it be other kinds of media, ways of connecting with people. We have to, I think, face that problem regardless of where our political ideology is. But there is something absolutely the case with, our experience in movement school and broadly organizing that gets people feeling like they are doing something real and they're in a larger community, and that can cross all kinds of lines, all, age lines, geography, race, class, gender, sexual orientation, everything. People who get involved in organizing work, whatever kind of organizing work that is, share something with everyone else who's organizing around the country. And even if they're not directly working with them and not directly at any given time coordinating with someone else, they do share that. And getting people in spaces where they can share that together is something that I think that more powerful than other ways of bridging that kind of social alienation I can imagine. It stands the test of time because people who've been in a campaign together or even a campaign in different parts of the country at the same time have that shared experience that's based around not just what did I do day by day by day, but why was I doing it? And that why, I think, builds a kind of bond that is really hard to break and is really meaningful to people that, the kind of, odd bedfellows you wouldn't imagine, people who just share nothing else in common, right? They would not otherwise meet each other in real life. They don't like the same bands. They don't come from the same backgrounds. They don't have anything else in common, but they have this in common. And that is something I think that I don't know of a stronger antidote to that kind of feeling of alienation in society writ large. And it's certainly the case for people who are in places that there aren't a lot of people who share their political values, right? They're in a very red part of the country, and they feel scared to come out and talk about some of these things publicly for obvious reasons. But they have that community elsewhere in the country that gives them some strength. It's not something they're going to go out and take risks locally, but they feel like they have this community that's broader than them. They don't feel like they're on so much of an island. I think that is a really critical part of the movement writ large, that it not just be something which is an animal of areas of the country where there are a lot of progressive people, but just as much an animal of the parts of the country where there are very, very few progressive people. And that's how we win, right? That's how we build a movement that is much bigger than we've had in the past, that can supersede the amount of money that's spent against us or the vitriol from the far right. It's by having people bring themselves and bring their families and friends and neighbors in a way that unites them, right? That doesn't actually doesn't force people to put into separate camps, but says, this is something you guys can share together. This is how we build something bigger.